was that experience like outside of what you just said with hospice, specifically with your mom? So you knew it was getting towards the end. What were those conversations like?
Well, it's funny. We didn't even have them in hospice because she was not, to quote them, deteriorating fast enough for them.
She wasn't deteriorating fast enough?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, so when you go to hospice, that's like, it's supposed to be the last stop.
Yeah.
Right? And they had her in a semi-private room. And like, I'm not joking, 3 old people came in, died, and left while she was there. And it was like, I was like, this is awful. And so then I think towards the end, her insurance wouldn't cover it anymore because she wasn't, deteriorating fast enough. That word I really learned to dislike because I couldn't believe they just described my mother like that. But it actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise because then we took her to my aunt's house in Maine and we set up home care there. So we moved up there and it was hard. It was different every day. And I remember my mom sat me down one time and she was like, hey, like we need to talk. Like this could be it, because she was losing a lot of oxygen to her brain. And then, this will lead to a fun story for you. You'll like this a lot. For me? Yeah, well, it ties in really well. She was losing oxygen to her brain a lot, and so she wasn't going to be all there, like cognitively, for a while. So we sat down and we had a really nice talk, and she asked me how I was feeling, and I just told her I was going to miss her a lot, and I still do. And then afterwards, she started not getting the oxygen to her brain, and it was very almost like dementia-like. Like she's just kind of all over the place, saying random things, saying weird things, and then she predicted when she was going to die before it happened.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So she was she was acting loopy, doing all these stuff, and my aunt and I were in the living room. Oh, what was his name? I think it was Maurice. She Maurice or Paul? God, I wish I could remember the name she said. But she looks at us and she's like, oh yeah, Maurice came to see me in my dreams. We were like, who? She's like, yeah, I have to go with him to the stars on Thursday.
What?
Yeah. She said that, and then that Thursday night, I'll never forget this. I was watching Thursday Night Football. My mom's hospice bed is over here. My aunt was sleeping. I was sleeping in the living room on a mattress just so I could be right there. Me and her wife, or partner Brenda, were sitting there watching TV. It's dead silent. Phone was in between us, and then bang, the phone rings. Loudest ring I've ever heard of this phone in my entire life. Scared the absolute shit out of me and Brenda. And even Brenda was like, I've never heard it ring that loud. As soon as that phone rang, my mother started doing what they call fish out of water breathing, which they give you a very inspiring pamphlet when you set up home health care for signs to look out for. And so basically it's like all the different stages, and basically the last one is fish out of water breathing means you have about 20 minutes left before she dies. And so the phone rang, that started happening. And then, the 3 of us were around her, and about 15 minutes later, she was gone.
Who called?
Oh, yeah, you know what? I might have a bone to pick with them. I think it was my aunt's neighbor down the street.